There are people who seem to have a magnetic quality, an invisible force that draws others in and creates instant connection. What separates them from everyone else? It's not charisma or natural talent. It's their mastery of 5 specific communication secrets that most people never discover. In this video, I'm going to reveal these 5 secrets that will give you the same unfair advantage in every conversation, meeting, and relationship. The first secret is something I call emotional mirroring. Most people think communication is about what you say, but the real power lies in how you reflect what others are feeling. Let me show you what I mean. Last month, I was in a meeting with a potential client who seemed completely closed off. Arms crossed, short answers, checking his phone every few minutes. Instead of pushing harder with my pitch, I paused and said, "It seems like you've got a lot on your plate right now." His entire demeanor shifted. He put down his phone, uncrossed his arms, and said, "You have no idea. We just lost our biggest account yesterday." That simple acknowledgement opened a door that logic and persuasion never could have touched. Emotional mirroring isn't about mimicking someone's mood. It's about acknowledging their emotional state before trying to change it. When someone feels understood at an emotional level, their defenses drop. They stop protecting and start connecting. This works in every situation. Your teenager slams their door. Instead of demanding they open it, try saying, "Sounds like today was rough." Your colleague snaps at you in a meeting. Rather than snapping back, try, "This project seems to be really stressing you out." Watch how quickly the dynamic changes when you mirror first, then guide the conversation where you want it to go. The second secret is what I call strategic vulnerability. We've been taught to project strength, to never show weakness, to always have it together. But here's what nobody tells you: calculated vulnerability is one of the most powerful tools in human connection. I learned this the hard way. Years ago, I was leading a team through a major product launch. Everything was falling apart. Deadlines missed, budget blown, morale in the basement. My instinct was to put on a brave face and push through. But one morning, I walked into our team meeting and said something I'd never said before as a leader. "I'm scared. I don't have all the answers, and I need your help." The room went silent. Then something magical happened. One by one, my team members started sharing their own fears, their ideas, their solutions. That moment of vulnerability didn't make me look weak. It made me human. And it transformed a group of individuals into a unified team. Strategic vulnerability isn't about oversharing or emotional dumping. It's about showing just enough humanity to create connection without losing credibility. Share a struggle you've overcome, not one you're drowning in. Admit a mistake you've learned from, not one you keep repeating. The key is timing and dosage. A little vulnerability at the right moment can move mountains. The third secret is the power of the pregnant pause. In our rush to fill every silence, we rob ourselves of one of communication's most potent tools. The pause isn't empty space. It's where influence lives. I discovered this during a negotiation that changed my entire approach to communication. I was discussing a partnership deal, and after stating our terms, every fiber in my being wanted to keep talking, to justify, to explain, to convince. Instead, I forced myself to stop. The silence stretched. 5 seconds. 10 seconds. It felt like an eternity. Then the other party spoke. "What can make that work?" That pause saved me from negotiating against myself. The pregnant pause works because it creates space for others to process, to think, to feel the weight of what's been said. Use it after making an important point. Use it after asking a question. Use it when someone shares something significant. Most people are so uncomfortable with silence that they'll rush to fill it, often revealing more than they intended. When you master the pause, you gain access to information and influence that chatterers never discover. Practice this in your next conversation. After someone finishes speaking, count to 3 before responding. Watch how often they add something crucial in that space. The fourth secret is what I call invisible influence through micro-affirmations. These are tiny, almost imperceptible signals that make others feel valued and heard. They're so small that most people don't consciously notice them, but their subconscious picks up every single one. It's the slight lean forward when someone's speaking, the small nod at just the right moment, the that says keep going, the eyebrow raise that shows interest. These micro-affirmations are like emotional vitamins. One alone does little, but combined over a conversation, they create a powerful sense of connection and validation. I watched a master negotiator close $1 million deal using nothing but micro-affirmations for the first 20 minutes. She barely spoke. Just listened, nodded, leaned in at key moments, made small sounds of understanding. By the time she presented her proposal, the client was so invested in the conversation, so felt and heard, that the deal was essentially done. The beauty of micro-affirmations is that they work in every context. Use them with your kids, and they'll open up about their day. Use them with your partner, and they'll feel more loved. Use them in meetings, and people will see you as more influential, even if you speak less than everyone else. The fifth and final secret is the one that ties everything together: conversational aikido. In martial arts, aikido uses an opponent's energy against them. In communication, it means redirecting resistance into agreement. When someone objects, disagrees, or pushes back, most people meet force with force. They argue, defend, convince. But masters of influence do something different. They redirect. Someone says, "This will never work." Instead of arguing, you say, "You're right to be concerned. What specifically worries you most?" Someone says, "You don't understand." Instead of defending, you say, "Help me understand better. What am I missing?" Someone says, "This is too expensive." Instead of justifying, you say, "I appreciate you being upfront about budget. What would make this investment feel worth it to you?" Conversational aikido turns every objection into an opportunity for deeper understanding. Every resistance becomes a doorway to connection. You're not fighting against their energy, you're flowing with it, guiding it toward mutual understanding. I used this technique with my teenage daughter when she declared she was dropping out of college. Instead of the lecture she expected, I said, "That's a big decision. Walk me through your thinking." 2 hours later, after feeling completely heard and understood, she decided on her own to stay in school and change majors instead. Had I fought her, she would have dug in deeper. By redirecting her energy, I helped her find her own solution. These 5 secrets work because they tap into fundamental human needs. The need to be understood, to feel safe, to be valued, to have space, and to feel like we're being heard rather than handled. When you combine emotional mirroring, strategic vulnerability, the pregnant pause, micro affirmations, and conversational aikido, you create an almost irresistible force of connection and influence. The best part: these aren't talents you're born with. They're skills you can develop. Start with just one. Practice it for a week. Notice how conversations shift, how people respond differently, how doors that were closed begin to open. Then add another secret, and another, until these become as natural as breathing. The unfair advantage isn't really unfair at all. It's simply that so few people take the time to master these fundamentals. While everyone else is trying to be clever or charismatic or convincing, you'll be doing something far more powerful, making others feel seen, heard, and understood. And in a world where everyone's talking but nobody's really listening, that's the ultimate superpower.